Hey, viewers and viewers, my name is John Strategist. Welcome back to So You're Being Hunted. This is something like episode 274 now. I'm joined by Phil today.
Yes, howdy. It's good to be back. I haven't done recordings in quite a while, so it's good to be on So You're Being Hunted.
Yes,
as we haven't been for
has been
quite
a while
actually
since our last recording session together. But
it has
yes,
indeed. But we're here. We're in the here and now.
There's a here and now, indeed, yes, Phil.
Indubitably.
So, of course, this will be a very podcast-style episode of So You're Being Hunted today.
We like doing these, don't
we? Just me and you chattering away about various stuff. But actually, just before we started the recording session, I was telling you I did actually have something in particular prepared for today. So, we'll get to that in a second, because I think I want to try and get that actually out of the way first, because it'll probably take up a good part of the episode. But before we just get to what it is, I want to ask you a couple of general questions, just to, get, work up the anticipation a little bit. So, Phil,
this is very strange.
Yes, tell me, Phil, when was the last time you read a Harry Potter book?
A long time ago is the answer to that.
Same here.
I haven't read one in a long time.
Yeah. Can you remember what the last one you read was?
It would have probably been the latest one. So the Deathly Hallows? Yeah, probably that.
I think
in
the
that
last
region.
one. Yeah, the last one that I read was probably the Half-Blood Prince one, but that was freaking years ago, years and years.
Yeah.
Half-Blood.
Have you not read Deathly Hallows then?
I don't think I have. No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember when I last watched one of the Harry Potter films either. It's been a long time.
Yes, the film's interesting. What they did, they're clever because they got their money was worth out of it, because the Deathly Hallows one they did it in two parts.
They did, yes.
Yeah, so I think they were doing a way of getting their money's worth out of it, really.
Indeed, they were.
Because all the other series, Harry Potter films, they only did it in one part.
They did indeed. Yeah.
I do want to watch them again. I have seen in the supermarkets they do have Harry Potter the 8-part collection and things like that. I think there was one. I think the 8-part collection I saw in Asda was £35.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah, you have to pick them again sometime. But there's a reason why I start the topic of conversation off on Harry Potter, Phil. So with that just quickly clarified, now's the way. Have you also heard of something by the name of Botnik?
No.
No. Okay, so Botnik is...
I've ever heard of that, no.
Botnik is an AI program, Phil, right?
I see.
And basically, this isn't recent news. I think this has actually been around for a while. It's just that I've only really discovered it in more recent kind of months, or weeks rather. And like I said, I thought it was something very interesting. So apparently, the creators of Botnik, I mean, I'm not entirely sure of the exact sort of science behind how this worked, but apparently they fed this AI all of the Harry Potter books, right? And then they tasked it with writing its own short Harry Potter story. And I have that thing that the AI produced printed out right in front of me right now. And how do you like a dramatic reading, Phil? A little challenge for me. Play So You're Being Hunted and read an AI-written Harry Potter chapter at the same time.
How long is the chapter?
It's not very long. We could actually do this probably in one episode. So in fact, actually, it might not even take the whole episode up because it's not that long. Like I say.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, I just didn't want to bore the viewers with just a full reading. Really.
Oh, trust me, it's because it's written by an AI. As you can probably guess, it's going to be
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird. So, be interesting.
How big's your page?
Well, it's basically, it's funny, if you search for it on Google, basically the story that it wrote was called Harry Potter and the Portrait of What Looked Like a Large Pile of Ash, right?
Of course, yeah, that's the 9th book, that one.
That's the 9th book, right?
Yeah.
So there's
J.K. Rowling's next endeavour.
So basically that's the title. If you search for that, it should come up on the Google results. And if you look at the page, I think it'll probably be the top results on there.
Yeah,
someone actually printed out what the AI had produced, as though they printed out in actual sort of book form, and it's only literally about 4 very short pages worth.
Okay.
So you could probably read this actually. Probably not even in the, it probably wouldn't even take you 10 minutes, I think, to read the whole thing. But here goes, Phil. We're going to have
Okay,
ourselves a dramatic reading.
Definitely should give this a go and see what an AI does with the Harry Potter books.
Yes,
this is going to have some humour to it, definitely.
It is indeed, yes. So,
right, off you go.
Okay, chapter 13, the handsome one, because this is apparently where the AI chose to start on chapter 13, which makes total sense.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go. The castle grounds snarled with a wave of magically magnified wind. The sky outside was a great black ceiling, which was full of blood. The only sounds drifting from Hagrid's hut were the disdainful shrieks of his own furniture. Magic. It was something that Harry Potter thought was very good. Okay, so that's the first paragraph.
That's they're not wrong. Harry Potter does think magic is very good.
Yes.
And nice mention of Hagrid there.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Continuing on. Leathery sheets of Leathery sheets of rain lashed at Harry's ghost as he walked across the grounds towards the castle.
I wasn't aware that Harry Potter was dead.
Exactly.
I thought he was still living. Oh, maybe that battle with Lord Voldemort had really caused some concern.
Done a number on him.
Yeah.
Ron was standing there and doing a kind of frenzied tap dance. He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family.
Wow. Oh, yes. This is taking a dark turn.
Yeah. Then...
Poor Hermione's family.
Indeed.
Just because they're muggles.
Just because they're muggles, yeah. Then there's just one single line, which is a paragraph in its own. It just says, Ron's Ron shirt was just as bad as Ron himself. So Ron is apparently wearing a shirt themed after himself, and it's apparently just as bad as himself.
God. You know what I don't like? Narcissistic people.
Narcissistic Ron Weasley.
That's right.
Oh dear.
That's right.
If you two can't clump happily, I'm going to get aggressive, confessed the reasonable Hermione.
Yeah, but quite reasonable.
What about Ron magic? Offered Ron. To Harry, Ron was a loud, slow, and soft bird. Harry did not like to think about birds.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That's truly something. Well, you could be a Robin.
Robin.
Yeah.
Yes. Death Eaters are on top of the castle, Ron bleated, quivering. Ron was going to be spiders. He just was. He wasn't proud of that, but it was going to be hard to not have spiders all over his body after all is said and done.
Ron is... Well, there you go.
Ron is going to be spiders. He just was.
This is astounding.
This is astounding, isn't it, Phil?
Really is. Ron is going to be spiders.
Yep.
Even though, according to the books and the films, he's deathly scared of them.
He's definitely scared of them.
But he's going to be one. Yeah.
Okay. Look, said Hermione. Obviously, there are loads of Death Eaters in the castle. Let's listen in on their meetings. The three complete friends zapped onto the landing outside the door to the castle roof. They almost legged it, but witches are not climbing. Ron looked at the doorknob and then looked at Hermione with searing pain. I think it's closed, he noticed. Locked, said Mr. Staircase, the shabby-robed ghost. They looked at the door, screaming about how closed it was and asking it to be replaced with a small orb. The password was "Beef for Women," Hermione cried.
Beef
women. I just like the image of them all standing outside a door, just looking at it, and then looking at each other and screaming about how closed it is. Yes.
I don't even know. It's left me without words.
Indeed.
This is quite something. This.
It is. Harry, Ron, and Hermione quietly stood behind a circle of Death Eaters who looked bad.
Yeah. Have we ever heard of a good Death Eater?
Well, here's the thing, Phil. When you hear these next few lines, we're going to ask that question again. Are they the good guys or are they the bad guys here?
Here we go. This is the one.
Yeah. I think it's okay if you like me, said one Death Eater. Thank you very much, replied the other. The first Death Eater confidently leaned forward to plant a kiss on his cheek. Oh, well done, said the second, as his friend stepped back again. All the other Death Eaters clapped politely. Then they all took a few minutes to go over the plan to get rid of Harry's magic. So, Death Eaters Are they the good guys or the bad guys?
Suddenly they become friendly with one another, kissing each other, and then still discussing the terms of getting rid of Harry.
Yeah,
though.
Exactly.
Well, not Harry, but his magic.
His magic, yes.
Important
I don't know. To make. Yes. So that's the first 2 pages of the story, and now there's only like 1.5 left. So, like I say, it's fairly short. Okay.
No, this is interesting. Let's hear it.
Okay. Harry could tell that Voldemort was standing right behind him.
No, whoa! He must not be named. Wow, we can't say that around here. We'll get lynched.
Brace yourself. This is where it gets very weird. He felt a great overreaction. Harry tore his eyes from his head and threw them into the forest. Voldemort raised his eyebrows at Harry, who could not see anything at the moment.
No, clearly, no. Ripped his own eyes out.
That's one of my favourite paragraphs from it. Oh, God. Just the image of Harry ripping his own eyeballs out and throwing them into the woods.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
That is some image. Yeah. That is some image, yeah.
Voldemort, you're a very bad and mean wizard, Harry savagely said. Hermione nodded encouragingly. The tall Death Eater was wearing a shirt that said, "Hermione has forgotten how to dance," so Hermione dipped his face in mud. Wow. Ron threw a wand at Voldemort, and everyone applauded. Ron smiled. Ron reached for his wand, slowly. "Ron's the handsome one," muttered Harry, as he reluctantly reached for his. They cast a spell or two, and jets of green light shot out of the Death Eaters' heads. Ron flinched. "Not so handsome now," thought Harry, as he dipped Hermione in hot sauce. The Death Eaters were dead now, and Harry was hungrier than he had ever been. Wow. Dipped Hermione in hot sauce.
Dipped Hermione in hot sauce. Wow, that's put it. Yeah,
I don't remember
I've got an image
in the
now.
novels.
No, I don't think that was in the books or the films.
Yeah. Okay, now there's for the remaining little section, there's a scene change, so it goes away from what they're doing at the moment. So, the Great Hall was filled with incredible moaning chandeliers and a large librarian who had decorated the sinks with books about masonry. Mountains of mice exploded. Several long pumpkins fell out of McGonagall. Dumbledore's hair scooted next to Hermione as Dumbledore arrived at school. The pig of Hufflepuff pulsed like a large bullfrog. Dumbledore smiled at it and placed his hand on its head. "You are Hagrid now." So, apparently a pig is now Hagrid.
Well, I mean, it is a magical school.
Yes.
Anything can happen.
They transfigured a pig into Hagrid. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yes. "We're the only people who matter. He's never going to get rid of us," Harry, Hermione and Ron said in chorus. The floor of the castle seemed like a large pile of magic. The Dursleys had never been to the castle, and they were not about to come there in Harry Potter and the Portrait of what looked like a large pile of ash. Harry looked...
there we go. We're getting to the title of the book now, almost.
Yes.
Book.
It's just funny though how the AI felt the need to mention the Dursleys and the fact that, oh no, they're not going to be in this story. It's like, well, why mention them then?
Yes,
but,
exactly.
I don't know. I guess it just wanted to bring them up. Okay, final couple of lines now. Harry looked around and then fell down the spiral staircase for the rest of the summer. "I'm Harry Potter," Harry began yelling. "The dark arts better be worried, oh boy." And that's it. That's the AI-written story.
Man. I tell you what, that took me somewhere.
Yeah. Did it take you to a good place or a bad place, or did it take you to a weird place? And you're thinking, what the fuck was going on here?
Yeah, exactly. But hey, I didn't mind the story. If there's more, imagine if there was a story like that. That would be
Get
amazing.
Botnik to write more chapters. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure people out there have probably done animated versions of this on YouTube, things like that, which you can probably find. I believe I think one of the best readings of that actually is by a channel called Suthouse, who apparently it's quite funny, their version of it. They don't have any animations or anything like that, it's just them sort of
just reading
it out. Yeah, but apparently that's quite a funny one. Yeah.
How did you find out about this?
I just found out about it from watching various YouTube videos, and
right.
So, for example, I think I was watching some clipped stream content from from a Yogscast stream. It was like Lewis Brindley
Yeah.
and a couple of other people, and one of them mentioned it, and basically they found it, and Lewis started reading it, and I thought this is hilarious. I've got to do it with Phil on a video at some point.
Well, that was a funny story. I enjoyed that.
Indeed,
hopefully the viewers will too. Yeah.
Indeed. If you enjoyed my dramatic reading of Harry Potter and the Portrait of What Looked Like a Large Pile of Ash, Chapter 13, The Handsome One, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like.
Yes. I will read chapter 14. No, there is no chapter 14.
No, if only there was, eh?
If only there was, that would truly be something.
Yeah. But actually, that actually reminds me, though, there is another AI out there. I think it's called Talk to Transformer. And what it is, I think it comes up with a little box where you can write things in. So the idea is you write in sort of like the start of a sentence, and then you let the AI kind of finish it, and it writes out maybe a few paragraphs. So it's like you could do all kinds of weird stuff with that.
You can have heard of those types of ones.
Yeah.
I like AI. They are funny and good.
Yeah. I remember seeing I think it was a Game Grumps video on Talk to Transformer, and it's like they tried to get it to write a Sonic fan fiction.
You see what you're doing is you're being selfless here, Andrew. You're promoting and plugging other people's channels.
I know. I need to promote my own here. Subscribe to General Red Strategy right away for more amazing content like this.
There you go. There you go. That's a bit of selfishness.
A bit of selfishness.
Always puts you forward, doesn't it?
Yes. A bit of selfishness, what one selfish per day equals...
Yeah, you've got to have one selfish... You've got to have one selfish a day.
Okay, I was trying to distract that robot, but it didn't quite work.
No, okay, that robot's...
that robot clearly doesn't like Harry Potter and the Portrait of What Looked Like a Large Pile of Ash. So much imagine
so that they're now trying Imagine fitting all that title on a book, though. I mean, I don't think you could... I don't think you'll be able to.
You say that, but if you search for it on Google and find the webpage where I actually printed this out from, someone did an illustration of what looks like a book cover with that title on it. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks.
Right.
Actually, yeah. It looks like a proper Harry Potter front cover. Let's just put it that way.
Who was the illustrator for J.K. Rowling books?
I don't know actually.
Because they always do that. They always just do that in the books. They say written by the author and then illustrated by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'll always remember that Roald Dahl books were illustrated by Quentin Blake or whatever he was called.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
But he's like the only illustrator whose name, for some reason, I can remember.
Resonates,
I don't know why.
Doesn't it?
Sorry. Yeah. Yes, it's very peculiar. But the poor old illustrators. They do so much work, and yet everyone probably just forgets them.
That's the problem with the illustrators. Yeah. They do all these designs, and you don't really remember them. You remember just the author of the book.
Indeed, yeah.
But the illustrator is just as important, even though the illustrator usually only has one job. Because some of these books don't have actual illustrations inside the book. It's just the front cover.
Yeah, it might just be the front cover, and maybe like a little design at the kind of head of each chapter.
Yeah, but that's probably why they aren't remembered as much.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
These little facts that we get. Talking about little facts, actually.
Go ahead.
What I've been doing recently is been watching. You may know the show. I'm not sure if people from around the world may know, but I've been watching quite a bit of QI.
QI. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been watching a bit of that. Obviously, it was with Stephen Fry, but then Sandy Toksvig took over.
Yeah.
So I've been watching the ones with her, and it's very interesting. There's all the. It's quite interesting as the title show is called. Just to learn all these facts and what you think you know is actually incorrect.
Yeah, and to watch Alan Davis come away with minus 400 points or something.
Yeah, he's always. It's funny because all the other panelists change, but he's always there.
Yeah, he's the one regular.
Yeah.
I know. You can find some pretty good compilations on YouTube of all the hilarious moments from QI. There's one I remember. Funny moment. It was where what was it that happened? It was when Stephen Fry was presenting, and two of the panelists I recall being on there. I think one of them was Sean Locke, the comedian.
Sean Locke.
Yeah. And the other one I think was Rory McGrath, who also was a comedian until he basically got done in court for like harassing an ex-girlfriend or something.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
This was obviously way before I think that all came to light. But Rory McGrath was having this really boring conversation with Stephen Fry about something to do with the etymological roots of names of certain birds or something, and because the conversation was getting so boring, the camera sort of changes, and you just see Sean Locke and Alan Davies sat on one side, or well, on their side of the side of the room, and suddenly Sean Locke starts pretending that he's being sucked through an interdimensional portal under the desk. And it just suddenly the whole thing descends into a farce, and it's actually quite hilarious.
Yeah, they do things like that.
Probably find it really on YouTube. Good. Yeah,
it's funny things like but I've been watching it with Sandy Toksvig, and there's always these little funny moments that they have. It's just good. It's just good as QI because it's humorous, and you
learning something.
You do learn things, and obviously always get the klaxons.
Oh yes, when
you say the obvious answer.
Because I was just going to say that's always the klaxon always comes on, doesn't it, when they say what everyone thinks the answer would be,
exactly.
But it actually turns out it's not. So it's like commonly accepted answers which are not true.
Exactly, that's the whole thing of it, and you get it displayed. This fuck off, sea beast.
I know. I'm trying to get to this weird boat.
I'm surprised they didn't whack you on then.
I know,
because usually they do whack you on.
They do.
But yes, it's very funny. Is QI, and it stands for those who don't know. Quite interesting.
Yes. Man, I need to go and watch some more of it again sometime. Oh God, getting gas.
Well, I'm watching it through Netflix.
Yeah.
So it's so it's on Netflix. The some of the ones, and they do. It's currently on the topic of N.
N. All right. Okay.
Yeah. N. That's N for Nancy.
Yeah. The letter, everybody. N for November.
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah, sorry, it's November. Oh, the bloody phonetic alphabet. I always get confused with.
Yeah.
I do. I can never remember which ones which. That's why I just think of some. But it's funny because it's like you forget all words that begin with that letter.
Yeah.
You're like N for. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
N for. Ooh. I mean, the thing is, I think the International Phonetic Alphabet. Technically, it has its accepted words that you're supposed to use, but to be honest, I don't think it really matters. If you're like trying to spell something to someone over the phone, I don't think it really matters if you get it right. You can just use any word, can't you?
Just use any word that goes with it. They'll be fine with it.
Yeah. No one's going to crucify you for saying Nancy instead of November or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the.
Watch as I now get a comment on the video saying, I am an expert in the International Phonetic Alphabet, and I think that in the interest of consistency, we should all be ashamed of ourselves for not using the correct words.
Exactly. Hey, no.
That voice.
Now,
Jeez.
As well, today, it happens to be the 30th of November.
Yes,
that's the day that we're
recording.
Recorded. Don't know whether this is going to go out. But
might not for a while.
I cannot believe it. It is December tomorrow.
It is, isn't
it? Run up to Christmas now. Everything's going on. Well, I was in the gym earlier, and the Christmas music was on.
Oof.
They had Silent Night going on.
Silent Night. Okay.
Yeah. In a gym, which is supposed to be Silent Night's sort of calm, relaxing theme.
Not not one music.
No, but and with that, I had a very healthy lunch. Actually, I went to Morrison's. I got myself a Southern fried chicken wrap, and I put lots of salad items of my own on it. It had like beetroot and tomatoes. And then I had a lovely. Oh, I've got a thing at the moment for fruit and veg, and I had a lovely banana, and it was cracking the bite. Yeah, I've got a thing. I get baguettes from Morrison's, and I just laden it with all the veg. So I've got like red onion, bell pepper, salads.
Yes.
I just put it inside, and it's just I just love fruit and veg at the moment.
Beetroot in particular is pretty much a superfood. It's supposed to be really fucking good for you. Yeah, I should pick some up.
Because it's fucking good. Oh, don't know. Okay, yeah. Here's something for you. Don't just get simple beetroot. I know you've got a Sainsbury's near you. I go to the Sainsbury's, and in Sainsbury's there's a sweet chili beetroot. It's mega. Yeah. It's mega good. Nice. Get that one. Don't get just the plain beetroot in vinegar. Get that. You'll see it in Sainsbury's, because I've gone to Sainsbury's. It's called sweet chili cocktail beetroot, and you will love it.
Yeah, it does sound good actually. Yeah, because beetroot on its own, it's it tastes all right, but if you add stuff to it, it can really round off a nice dish perfectly.
Absolutely, beetroot's really it's a superfood. Like what else? Kale. That's supposed to be another superfood. And I'll tell you what is a superfood, which you wouldn't believe: coffee.
Coffee. Oh.
Yes,
Need
coffee.
To start drinking more of that then. Yeah.
Say superfood. Sorry, super drink.
Super drink. Yeah. My mother always makes a nice little dish with beetroot in it. It's like it's a mix of stuff. So usually she puts sweet potato, like cubed sweet potatoes in there. There's usually a bit of beetroot and chorizo as well, and it's just this nice combination. I can't remember what she like. I can't remember how she makes it, but it tastes really nice. It's just this nice mix of stuff, and it's
chorizo.
Yeah,
chorizo. Come on,
we're not Spanish here, Phil.
We're not Spanish. It's Mexican. Oh no, chorizo is Spanish.
Yeah,
is
Spanish.
Chorizo Spanish? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
like paella.
Yeah. But we're freaking English Northerners. We don't do foreign pronunciations, Phil.
That's to remind me. I think I've told you this before. When we used to have a villa in Spain that we rented out, and there was a public swimming pool, and there was this guy swimming around and he had the East London sort of accent.
Oh no.
Yeah, and there was a place called Cartagena.
Oh yeah,
which was near us. Spelled, I think it's spelled Cartagena.
Let me guess. Did he pronounce it Cartagena or something?
Yeah, and he did it in his East London accent as well. He said, I think he was talking to his wife across the pool, and he went, "Julie, we'll be going to Cartagena later on."
Oh God,
it's hard. I was just screaming at him. Well, I wasn't obviously not really screaming. I was going, "It's fucking Cartagena."
Cartagena.
Yes.
You have to remember during our time playing Red Dead Redemption, when we went to Hola Springs.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Good old Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
get that
classic
authentic
game.
Spanish pronunciation.
Yes, that was a bit of a digression. Christmas is coming.
I know,
it's nearly upon us. We've got 26 days to go. I can't believe it. It felt like only yesterday it was 2018 Christmas.
I know. So, it is one of those times of year where you're like, you're sort of measuring down the days towards when the Yogscast start doing the freaking jingle jam.
Yeah. Well, no, they'll be starting that tomorrow.
Yeah, they will be. Yeah.
Yeah,
with the
tomorrow night.
Jingle cats, or whatever. Yeah.
I've got 2 advent calendars.
I
know.
Hey.
A Cadbury Dairy Milk one and a Thornton's. So I'll be able to open those tomorrow.
Not 1, but 2. Yes.
I know.
You're spoiling yourself there, Phil.
My mum bought one. I decided to buy one. I've still got to do a bit of Christmas shopping as well. That's got to get...
True. Actually, I need to do mine as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to get that done.
Yes.
And we shall await as well. What I'm looking forward to is you'll see you being hunted post-Christmas 2019.
Yes, there will be one probably, yeah. Post-Christmas 2019 roundup.
It's funny because in the last 2, in the 2017 and the 2018 one, there was one topic you talked about, exactly the same one.
Really?
It's funny because you went... So this Christmas, this time, we had pigs in blankets, but we didn't have the little small ones. We had the big sausages.
Yes.
In both ones, we talked about them exactly the same. So who knows? In the 2019 one, you might do it again.
I might do it again. Knowing me, probably will. Yes. But I know. I mean, God, I'll say it again. I fucking love proper sort of not just the shitty little things, but the proper big. Sausage.
No, we'll save that until your post-Christmas 2019.
Yeah, I should.
Yes, we'll save that. But yes. Fantastic that Christmas is coming upon us, and then obviously the New Year. So I've got some days off, so that's always good.
Indeed, yes, much better, isn't it?
It is. You've got to have some days off. Oh, we've got our works Christmas do on. I think it's Friday.
Yeah.
This Friday coming up.
Yeah.
Hopefully so.
I think my place does do a work Christmas do. I think I've actually forgot to sign up for it this year.
Oh, come on, Andrew. You need to work on that.
I need to be a bit more on the ball.
Yes. You can. It's always fun to have a Christmas do.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we've been recording for about 20 or 30 minutes.
Yes, we have had a nice little chat.
I know. So we started off with Harry Potter and the Portrait of What Looked Like a Large Pile of Ash, and then we went to Christmas 2019. Quite the interesting range of stuff.
Well, no, there was a segue there before that, QI.
QI, yeah, that too. Yeah, indeed. Well, thank you for joining me then, Phil. It's been very good.
Well, it's been very interesting. Yes, indeed. I've enjoyed this.
Indeed. Yeah. And of course, some of our topics of conversation have probably really dated the video in terms of everyone will know that we pretty much recorded this on the 30th of November. Though, of course, by the time this video goes out, it'll probably be a couple of weeks after. Who knows?
Yeah.
Knowing me. So yes, if you're not doing this already, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links down in the video description as always.
So just before we leave,
go on.
you take ages, and this goes out on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas! Today's the day. Hopefully, you open all your presents nicely, and you enjoy your Christmas dinners.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, don't spite me by putting this earlier than Christmas Day. Now you're gonna have to put this. You're gonna have to put this out on Christmas Day now.
Flipping heck, Phil. Normally, I don't do something on Christmas Day. I usually put out something on Christmas Eve, a special video, and then...
well, happy Christmas Eve, everyone. Yeah.
Yes. Well, there you go. So Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel where I do various anime-related gubbins. Haven't actually done anything on there in a while, so probably I need to do something on there. What else?
Change it up. Maybe don't always do anime-related content.
I know.
It's watch various different other things, and maybe do reactions to like Yogscast videos or things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, could do. Who knows? So there you go, everybody. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and all that jazz. Don't need to go through this. You know the drill, everybody. In the meantime, we're signing off now. Goodbye, all.
Goodbye.
Oh, God. That's it. Oh, God. No, don't hit me. Come on now. Where are you? Oh, shit. Bad. Oh, that's bad. That's very, very bad. Don't you dare. Just wait for him, He's going to disappear into this swamp. Go. Can I get you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Get on him. There we go. Gotcha. Are you going to come out there? Yep. Oh, he's doing this again. Okay. God, what an ugly bastard, seriously.